Hey, sister, how are you today?
What up, girl? I feel kind of heavy, like coming into our session today.
Yeah?
I feel a little heavy about what we're going to talk about today. Like I tried to figure out how not to be heavy, but I wasn't able to shake it.
Yeah.
Your hair looks really nice.
Thank you. I might have a different hairstyle every episode.
I like it. So I'm Elena.
I'm Darah, and this is Where's the Adult, a podcast about being a caregiver when you feel like you're not a caregiver, like you're not old enough to be making these decisions. You can clearly tell we are adults by age and appearance.
What are
But
you saying? We're like some wrinkled old bags. I don't know if I should be offended by that or not.
what is today's topic?
So today we are going to talk about our dad, Lloyd L, and his transition through Alzheimer's, which was another bit of sprinkles on our horrific year that we really weren't expecting to have to dive so deeply into.
Yeah.
But the adults that we are, here we find ourselves
Or
doing the
the,
damn thing.
or the adults that we pretend we are.
Mm,
Either way.
mhm,
So we're going to talk about our dad. We're going to talk about what resources we found along the way.
yeah.
And eventually we're going to bring some of those resources on
Mhm.
because they have gladly accepted our invitation to come on board. But today is all about our dad, Mr. Lloyd.
Yeah, Mr. Lloyd. Yeah, so let's get into it.
Okay, so before his diagnosis, how would you describe our dad?
I would describe our dad as a fun action movie watching, errand running, hug giving,
Yeah.
fix anything kind of dad. He was the go to if something was broken, if you needed your
Yep.
tires fixed, or a tow, or hey, can you come and pick me up? Or hey, while you're going to the grocery store, can you pick me up milk also?
Our coach when we were little.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He was always very athletic,
Yeah.
you know. He was always racing somebody in the street. Us, the other kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
He was riding bikes, he was fixing people's bikes. As far as dads go, like very hands-on, I would say.
Yeah. Hands-on, fun dad, coaching our sports, but was like the fun coach.
He's a good guy. Our dad was like the one who was going to hug you, who was going to tell you
Yeah.
that it was okay, who was going to give you maybe more information about stuff than you actually wanted to
Yeah.
know.
He was going to sneak you candy. He was going to,
Take you to get ice cream on the.
yeah. He was going to let stuff slide. He was only going to beat you when Ma said to beat you. He wouldn't
He was the enforcer,
yeah, but like not always a willing enforcer.
a willing participant.
Yeah.
That's funny. No,
Yeah.
that's yeah, I would say that's quite accurate.
And how would you describe Lloyd now? It's a tough one.
I like too that you said Lloyd
Yeah.
because that was very purposeful.
Yeah.
Because now to us he's Lloyd
He is.
because he's very different from the fella that we knew as our dad.
Yeah. Alzheimer's took our dad.
Yeah. So Lloyd, I would say, unfortunately, is an old
Snatched
pervert.
him.
He likes to grab parts, grab girls' butts, try to go for a booby touch.
Yeah.
Doesn't like to be around people. He's quite grumpy, actually. And
Paranoid.
he was the guy who, like, if we called or came to the house, hey, how you doing? And now when we come, he just kind of like stares and I think tries to figure out who the heck we are.
Yeah.
He knows we're still cool people, I guess,
Yeah.
because he lets us in.
And he doesn't let everybody in his room. So like that's
Right.
a good thing.
But he's definitely different, and it's sad.
How does it make you feel
Oh,
when you go to visit? What are the feelings?
you set me up. You totally set me up, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
You did. You jerk.
What are the feelings that you get when you're like, oh, I'm going to see Lloyd today?
So let's start with whenever he calls me. on the phone, I get a feeling of dread. Like, oh shit, what is going to be on the other end of this line?
And he calls you way more often than he calls me.
Yeah. And even before his official diagnosis, he would call and he would say weird stuff, but it was just like weird stuff like, oh, I'm praying for you, and, something else odd, like random, not weird, random. It was random.
Oh, I'm sorry I didn't take you somewhere when you were 13.
I'm sorry I wasn't a good dad. What in the heck are you talking about, sir?
So those aren't words that we would ever say. We thought he was a great dad. Everybody thought he was a great dad. Like, we felt he was a good dad to us. Our friends thought he was a good dad. So those weren't thoughts that anybody was putting in his head. It wasn't swimming around
in our head, that's for sure.
No.
But now, he only calls me when there's something wrong. He can't work his TV. He thinks that someone stole his wallet. He can't find his key. He wants to know when he can go back home. And even though we're having a 2-person conversation, we're not talking to each other. He's talking at me, and I'm trying to figure out, 1, what he's talking about, and 2, if he can hear me. Because I ask him a question, but that's not the answer I get. It's usually a repeat of whatever question he was asking in the first place. And it's very dreadful. Like, I feel very dreadful. I also feel a little guilty. Like, I don't want to answer the phone because my dad is calling. Yeah. But I also know, like, that man who's calling really isn't my dad.
No.
But going to see my dad, I get quite anxious. My chest gets tight. I start clenching my jaw. I start biting the inside of my cheek. I drag my feet about getting there because, it is not fun. Like, it's not like, hey, we're going to go and visit and we're going to go and get ice cream and it's going to be wonderful. It's like, what's he going to say? What are the people going to tell me at the facility that he's at, that he's done now? Yeah, or what crude thing that he's going to say? Because, nobody wants to talk about their parents having sex, right? That is gross. Old people sex is just, it's terrible. However, our dad likes to tell us about wanting to have sex. Who's he going to have sex with?
Or past sexual experiences with our mother.
Or other women. I don't care. Good for you, old fella. But that's not information that I want to know. He told me 5 days after our mother was buried that he was going to have sex with someone that we know. I was horrified. Horrified. Not only did I not want to hear it, but I'm still sad that my mom is gone. Yeah. And the parent I have left, who's supposed to be comforting me, we're supposed to be comforting each other, trying to get a booty call. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? How do you feel about going to see Lloyd and your responsibilities for him now?
It feels like work and not visiting a parent. It feels like, oh, I'm just going to work. I work with adults with disabilities, and yeah, it feels like that. It feels like, is he going to know who I am? What of my soft skills that I have learned can I get him to get out of his room and engage with other people? What ways can I brainstorm? So last week when I was there, he was throwing away his Depends.
Adult briefs,
He was tossing them in the garbage, even though they were clean. So I had to order more, and then I had to talk to the staff about, hey, can you do X, Y, and Z? So instead of just being like, oh, I just want to go spend time with my dad, maybe we could talk about his week, my week, football, something. It's not like that. And in the middle of the visit, he knew who I was when I got there. Hi, Darah. Maybe like 2 hours later, he was like, ma'am. And I was like, me? Are you talking to me? It just went out of his head who I was. Instead of being in his room, we were at a coffee club. And with all those other people around, he knew that I was his person and he knew to reach to me, but there was a disconnect about who I was. So instead of being Darah or daughter, I was just, ma'am, hey, ma'am, can we leave now? Ma'am, where's the front door? Ma'am. But they were playing a quiz game, so I'd be like, hey, here's the answer. So then he would say the answer, and then he would get proud because he would get the correct answer because I was feeding him information.
Yeah.
But it's sad. We're essentially orphans.
We are orphans. One thing that I find funny that he does is that he talks to you about you.
Yeah, he does all the time.
We always say, oh, that Darah, she's the worst.
I'll say, Darah and her science.
Oh, yeah. Or I get calls to tell me what Darah did. And Darah's so mean. And she said this and she said that. I'm like, oh, that Darah. What are we going to do about her?
And even though I've only been a nurse for a little bit, it'll be like, Darah's a nurse. And I'm like, Darah, she had a whole career before that. No memory. And something funny, he thinks nurses that all I do is push people around in wheelchairs all day. Like,
oh,
that's my whole job.
Nice.
I'm a wheelchair pusher.
That's funny. That's funny.
All right, so helpful stuff. How did Lloyd get diagnosed?
So Lloyd got diagnosed by doing some weird things and having to then take him to the neurologist. Well, I would say his official diagnosis, I think we talked about in our last episode with him getting COVID, and then we're thinking that he had a stroke. But once Darah and I got involved in his care, it was more, we were seeing weird things that he was doing outside of what our mom was saying. Because, there's husband and wife.
Yeah.
She complained about her husband, and we're like, oh, she's just mean.
She's just being mean.
She's just mean.
She's being mean.
But he got lost. And I think once he got lost, then it was, oh, this is something different. This is something really different.
He got lost going to a place where he would go
Weekly. Sometimes several times a week.
Yeah. A 20-minute drive from home, going shopping in a shopping area that he frequent that our mom worked by. And somehow he ended up in the next state over.
Fortunately, the next state over is only like 45 minutes, but still, that was a bit much. So then we found a fabulous neurologist who listens and doesn't just brush things off like, oh, they're old. They're just getting old. They really took the time to listen to what our concerns were and his concerns, even though he was like, oh, I'm fine. Like, you asked my dad, he's either wonderful, terrific, or terrible.
That's it.
Sometimes horrible gets slid in there, but usually it's terrible.
Those are the only options.
So, yeah, we like his neurologist.
Yes. He also has a gerontologist, which we also highly recommend a gerontologist.
Highly.
We were in the cafeteria at the hospital that our mom was in. We knew we had to do something. So even though his PCP did a really good job when he had COVID, overall, they weren't doing the best job, in my opinion. So we were in the cafeteria, and I'm like, oh, we got to find somebody. So we looked up gerontologists. We looked at reviews, all this stuff. We called this number. It doesn't even exist.
They were not in service. It was a scam.
It was a scam. I like to do a lot of research before I do anything.
A lot. Like, she is not even exaggerating. A lot.
Yeah, a lot. A lot. Yeah. I have dyslexia, which makes me a little neurospicy. So that's part of my neurospiciness is I just can't do things impulsively. I have to research it. But people think it's impulsive. So I did all this research. We found this person, or I'm like, all right, we're ready to call. And then we called this other number, and they're like, oh, they're not around anymore, but we can direct you to this person. They're close, and they're this, and they work with the neurologist. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess we'll give it a try. She's amazing.
Absolutely
She will be on the
amazing.
podcast. She is amazing.
Shout out to Dr. Weinberg.
Yeah.
She has been a real hero in our story.
Yes. She has connected us with several other resources.
Mm-hmm.
She helped us become adults.
She did. She did. And was so gentle about it, too.
And she's very understanding. We can call her, we can send her these very long messages through the portal about, hey, this is what he's doing now. When we weren't sure if putting him in assisted living was the right choice, we got to have those conversations and we got to feel supported.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a tough call.
And it went fast. It went really fast. I feel like even though in the whole scheme of things, we were going through like a long journey, but like when it came time to like, we have to do this, it went really quick.
It did. It did go really quick.
It was, he's not safe. What are we going to do? We have to find somewhere. Okay, we're moving him.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that process? So when did he first get diagnosed? 2015? 2016?
I feel like that's the year we're going with.
Our life is kind of a blur. Stuff happened. Our
trauma brain.
Our trauma brains don't work. So sometime between her getting diagnosed with MS and our grandma having a stroke, somewhere in that mix, we noticed there was something off with our dad. Mm-hmm. And we told our mom. They dragged their feet a little bit, but then he ended up going to a neurologist. He played football. There's a beautiful picture of him playing football. So we wanted to like rule out CTE, which they did rule out. And they were like, oh, he has a dementia. And then take these medicines. But then he couldn't remember to take his medicine.
Our mom was cranky.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm doing everything I can.
Yeah.
We get it now.
We do. We understand now. So fast forward, both of our parents get COVID. We think, oh, maybe he's having a stroke. It's not. His symptoms just ramped up. Started stuttering, urinating on himself, short-term memory out the door. So then we found him all these supports because sometimes our dad would just go missing.
So there is forgetting a whole chunk. Like there was a whole chunk in between. Yeah. So they got COVID. Then our mother went into the hospital.
Yeah.
Well, when our mother went into the hospital, that's when Lloyd went downhill. The year that our mother passed, they would have been married for 49 years. They've been together since they've known each other since they were small children.
Yeah. 6 and 7, like little kids.
Yeah. And then they were like high school sweethearts. He was used to having someone in the house all the time. He was used to having her tell him what to do all the time.
Yes. He had never lived alone. His family house, the college, the marriage.
Right.
Yeah.
So he was used to someone. And we were trying to see to our mom and hoping that he would be okay. But we quickly found out that was not the case.
No. We had to establish trains of people to support and bring him food, meal prep food, make sure people had eyes on him, find him activities to get involved in. We got him involved in Meals on Wheels.
He would come to my house every night for dinner. Unless he was not interested in coming to dinner, then I would go to his house, bring him dinner, and make sure that he ate dinner, because we quickly found out that if we just dropped off a plate to him, he wasn't eating it. He would sit it on the table or put it in the refrigerator and then not eat it.
Yeah, it would be forgotten.
Right.
So our mom passes,
and
it just gets worse.
Yeah.
Like, really bad. The woman he wanted to have sex with, he began stalking her, for lack of a better word.
But because there's someone that we know, they at least reached out and said, hey, this is happening. I know this really isn't your dad, but I just want to let you know because it's starting to get uncomfortable for me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have known because I'm thinking my dad's in the house watching TV. But no, he's being out in the world being a creep.
Yeah, we like low jacked him. When he's had a car, we low jacked his car.
His phone.
We low jacked his cell phone. But unfortunately, sometimes he wouldn't take his cell phone places. So then we wouldn't know where he was.
We were trying to figure out how to put a tracker in his shoes.
Yeah, we were trying to low jack everything.
With his phone, we would put all these apps and things to track him, but because he didn't know how to use his phone, he was always turning the things off.
Or like just turning off his phone or leaving his phone somewhere.
It was wild.
It just wasn't safe. He was leaving. They had a electric stove, and he was leaving the stove on with stuff on the stove, and not just like pots and pans, like random papers. So it was turning into a fire hazard. It wasn't safe.
I live and work in the same area, and people would come to my job and say, "Hey, I saw your dad walking. Hey, I picked your dad up and dropped him back off at the house. I just want to let you know. Hey, your dad is walking down by the railroad tracks."
For anybody older, he was looking for Farmore.
Google it.
Farmer isn't around, and it definitely is not by the train tracks.
And he thought that he was going on a shortcut
Yeah.
to get there, and then realized that he was lost and came back. But he walked miles that day. He's like, "Oh, I'm so tired." Of course you are. You're not used to walking like that. Or he would go out in the cold without a coat on, and I would get calls, "Hey, your dad's walking. He doesn't have a coat." And I'd have to either stop working. I'm a manicurist, so I was working on someone, I am sure, to go and get him, to drop him then off at his house.
Should you do a lot of this by yourself? Because I live on the other side of the city, and I was in my last year of nursing school.
Yeah. Lloyd wrangling was starting to be my full-time job.
Yeah. I was sometimes a weekend helper, sometimes not, because I didn't work when my mom was in the hospital, so I had to work a lot after the fact. So I would be working on the weekends all weekend, like 3 p.m. on Friday until 9 a.m. on Sunday morning.
And one thing that we're going to get into, probably not in this episode, but like the feelings of guilt and anger.
Yeah.
So I'm saying this because I specifically remember 2 times that Darah was on dad duty. And I was like, I wonder if both of them are going to end up coming back to my house. Or just one. Because I could tell on not even seeing her, just by her voice. What happened? Nothing. Okay. I'm dropping your father off now. Oh, are you dropping him off at my house? I'm taking him to his house. And I don't care what happens after that. And that was my cue to, okay, it's fine. I'll go and check on him in like an hour or so and make sure everything's okay. Are you doing okay? And then we'd talk about whatever it is that he did, and we'd laugh, we'd stomp, we'd laugh some more, and then keep it moving. Because what else were we going to do? We were the people in charge of making sure our unruly 69-year-old was okay.
While we're still trying to process the grief of losing our mom.
Yeah. Like literally, 3 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot wrapped up in that. And if you are a caregiver going through this situation, we see you.
We do. And all your feelings are valid.
100%. 100%. It's okay.
It's okay. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. Because guess what? Even though I might feel anger or sadness, he's still my dad, and I'm still going to take care of him.
As long as you don't beat him, it's okay.
Yeah.
Because they have groups that watch out for that type of thing.
Don't beat him.
We don't want to do that.
Don't beat him. But sometimes you do have to walk away. Sometimes you have to temporarily be like,
I'm done for today. I got to tap out.
Yeah.
And that's what we would say to her. I'm tapping out for the night. Yeah. So whatever happens, it'll have to wait until tomorrow. And like we got cameras, and like if I see him on the camera, I'll send my husband out to go get him because I'm
rough.
done. I'm done for the day.
I was failed out of nursing school that semester.
Because it was rough.
I was a good, terrible student. So I was a good student because I got good grades. I was a terrible student because I didn't always study.
I think you're real smart.
I know. But when I'm overly stressed out, I can't compute and I can't take in new information. It's just really hard.
Info doesn't stay.
No. So I'm in class. I'm overwhelmed. I'm everyone's medical power of attorney. So anytime the doctors would call, I'd just be in class and they would just call. And I don't know if anybody's experienced this, but if you don't answer that doctor's call when they call, sometimes it's just a series of phone tag. You just have to, I'm like, well, I have to leave class and answer this call. I have to go talk to this doctor about whatever. Oh, I have to leave school and take Lloyd here. I have to leave, like, it is what it is. And our grandmother was in the hospital at the same time, too. So I'm like, which doctor is calling me? Who's calling me about what? Yeah.
I feel like we co-parent well.
We do co-parent well. Yeah, so I almost failed out. Thank goodness I didn't. Some woo-saw, some yoga, and some amazing nursing friends and some amazing teachers that I'm like, hey, I just need help.
That's another thing. It is okay to ask for help.
It is. You can't survive this world alone.
No. I tell people all the time, I am so thankful for my sister, and I'm thankful that we get along. Like, we are a team.
Yeah, definitely.
I know that sometimes does she get on my nerves? Yes.
Of course.
But she's still my sister, and I know whatever is coming down the pipe, we're going to handle it together. And I am not afraid to say, I need help. I can't do this today. Can you do, whatever? And it has to work both ways.
Yes.
But if you don't have a sibling that you have that type of relationship with, find someone.
Yeah, find a friend. Find paid staff. See if your county has a buddy program that you could just get a buddy to help you with it. Because it's
rough business.
It is rough. It is rough.
Here's a huge takeaway. You have to take care of you so that you can take care of the other person.
Yeah.
If you go down, who's going to take care of that person? What's the thing? You got to put your mask on first. Plane's going down. You put your mask on so you can help the others. Same in caregiving. You got to take care of you so that you'll be able to take care of.
And we know that sometimes it feels like that's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it felt like it was impossible. I feel like I really didn't see my husband for like a year and a half, even though we lived in the same house. Mm-hmm. He was just the guy who like made sure I had clean scrubs and like a meal. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just need those people in your life. And when those people stay around, they're your true ride or die.
People.
Yeah. Our friend Heather, she's our true ride or die. She would bring Lloyd food. Her family still goes to visit Lloyd in his facility.
Mm-hmm. She would make sure that we ate. She would drop off food to us.
Yes.
Because that's one thing that Darah and I would say. Did you eat today? What did you eat today?
Yeah.
It might have been like, I had a bag of Doritos. Well, you should probably eat something else.
I eat like a toddler, so sometimes it's like, I had a slice of lunch meat and a slice of cheese and some grapes.
But there was no judgment.
No.
It was just, a check-in.
Yeah.
Maybe you might want to consider possibly eating something more nutritious. But if you don't, tomorrow's another day.
Yeah.
So in our journey with Lloyd, the journey still continues.
It is. It's ongoing. We're going to introduce to our friend Ben at some point. Mm. We met Ben because of our dad's gerontologist. And Ben is a wonderful guy who helped us explore the world of assisted living, memory care. Yeah.
I mean, who knows the differences, really? And what does that person need?
Yeah.
What is the different, what do these things look like? What is my person's day-to-day going to be like?
Yeah.
And there's so many. There are so many.
So many.
So Ben's job is to look at all the places and take all of the things that are important to us and our dad and find what will work. Mm-hmm. And he did a hell of a job.
He did. And we gave Ben a run for his money because in the past year and a half, our dad has been in 3 different facilities. 3 different facilities.
That was also a dreaded thing. Every time I saw his facility's name come up on my caller ID, I thought, oh gosh, what is it going to be now? And Lloyd gave them a run for their money.
Yeah.
His first place, he really gave them a run for their money.
Yeah, we thought that we could transition him into assisted living. So it was a mix of assisted living and independent living, and everyone's in these beautiful apartments. It wasn't appropriate. But at the time, we didn't know. We didn't know. The neurologist didn't realize. The gerontologist didn't realize. Unless you're with someone 24/7, sometimes you don't realize those gaps until you put them in a... Yeah.
We were trying to give our dad his freedom. He was such an independent person. We didn't want to just lock him away. We knew eventually that was going to be, he was going to have to be in a memory care facility because Alzheimer's is a progressive disease. Yeah. It doesn't get better. But our dad, in his first facility, he was I would say he was sneaking out because he was supposed to sign out each time. But no, Lloyd went out to get ice cream. He went out to get pizza. He was on the bus riding around with the van driver.
Mm-hmm. He was going out in the rain, in the snow, no coat on.
Yeah.
Just YOLO in it.
Living his best life.
Yeah.
And, you can't, that's dangerous. It's dangerous for many, many reasons. It's dangerous. So, yeah, that wasn't a good fit for him.
That's also when we discovered that he was that Alzheimer's had created a pervert in his brain.
Lloyd likes the ladies.
My dad was bashful. If there was sex on TV and we were in the room, he's changing the channel. Mm-hmm. He was very bashful. Lloyd will tell us about sex and about how hot some girl is or how some lady's breast. And it's a lot of redirection and yeah. So he did. He gave them a run for their money and they were
not having it.
No. So we left. We knew it wasn't a good situation and it was just going to get worse. So he moved. Mm-hmm.
And normally we're not about bashing, but I really didn't love them.
I didn't either. I didn't.
We won't say their name.
No, we're not those kind of people, but
we were not fans because even though our dad was doing stuff, I feel like there's some decorum. There's a way you go about it, and don't think that you know better than the family in all situations.
I agree. And it got, just for all providers out there, you don't have to be so aggressive. So before I was a nurse, I was in behavioral health for a long time. Long time. So they were talking about putting him on like an antidepressant. And she was like, we'll give it a week or 2. And I was like, that's not how antidepressants work. They need to build up. She's like, no, they don't. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, lady. And then she's like, you're a new nurse. You don't know. And I'm like, wow, this has nothing to do with me being a nurse.
Some things are just Googleable.
And guess what? Their provider put him on an antidepressant. And their provider said, oh, we probably won't see a difference until 6 to 8 weeks. And I'm like, oh, really? Isn't that what I told?
Shocker.
Director of nursing lady who's Papa Attitude? Yeah, we did not. And if you're going to be so aggressive with us, what are you doing to our dad when we're not around?
Even though our dad can be an old weirdo pervert, you're not going to mess with our dad.
No, not at all.
We're coming for you. So just everyone act right.
Yeah.
It's very simple. Everyone act right.
Or if you didn't want to, you should have just said, hey,
I don't think it's a good fit.
Yeah, this isn't a good fit because everything isn't a good fit. Instead of being aggressive, it could have just been like, hey, this isn't the appropriate setting. Here's your 30-day notice or your 45-day notice. You guys got to go.
Which is what happened in the second home that we took Lloyd to.
The second place.
that he got more aggressive in his, handling of people and talking to people in a certain way. Like, our dad wasn't one to like curse,
No.
but like in his Alzheimer's, he does. Like his,
Our dad doesn't swear. Lloyd swears.
oh yeah, Lloyd.
Lloyd will cuss someone out.
Mm-hmm.
Our dad, he wasn't nice.
He would talk soft and nice to
Yeah,
people.
he's a nice Christian man.
Lloyd's a little.
Lloyd's
a heathen.
Lloyd's a hellraiser.
He's a little aggressive.
Yes. So
he always goes, wham! All this,
yeah.
Or, what's our favorite? You get out of here.
You get out of here. Yeah. And sometimes there's nobody there. It's just him screaming that because he sees things. And So the second place they tried.
They really did try.
We have no issue or beef with them. Like, they really tried. They worked with his neurologist and his gerontologist. They tried to do med changes.
Redirection.
Yeah.
And this was a facility that was specifically for people who had Alzheimer's.
Yes.
It was a lockdown unit.
There was a period of time where for like a week or so, every evening, we would be there to help
Oh, yeah.
redirect our dad.
Facilitate Lloyd. Because he'd really acted up. He tried to throw a weight at someone.
Somebody could have really gotten hurt.
When we went into the facility, we were like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that this happened. I can't believe that he, did this. And they're like, oh no, we're sorry that you have to come and you have to see your dad like this. We're like, wait, what is happening here?
Yeah.
Because they got it. They understood that this is the disease.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, based on like
Staffing.
they just couldn't. And our dad's a tall man, 6 foot.
Yeah.
Most of their like staff are like 5'4" or smaller.
And besides having Alzheimer's, there's nothing wrong with him.
Oh yeah, that part.
I don't know how he's gotten this old and he doesn't have arthritis or anything. He is just a very fit man.
He has a little bit of high cholesterol.
A little bit. Besides that, blood pressure's fine, blood sugar's fine, no other signs of disease. He still does push-ups and sit-ups.
One of the funnier things that my dad said is he was trying to work out because he was trying to, get him a lady friend. I was like, oh, okay, you're working out. He was like, I need to get stomach bumps. And I was like, what the heck are stomach bumps? He was trying to work on his ab muscles because he wanted a six-pack.
Yeah. He got big goals. Big goals.
Oh, Lloyd Eakins.
Yeah. He's at a new facility. They went and interviewed him at his old facility. They accepted him. They talked to the staff, so they knew exactly what they were getting. And they seemed to be down for the cause. Yeah. Unfortunately, it is further away from both of us. Yeah. It is further away from both of us, but it's not like it's far. We still go up. His brother still goes to visit. Our friends are going to visit.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more men. So lots of these facilities have like 2 dudes and 80 women.
Yeah, pretty much.
Where he lives now, there's like 6 or 7 guys just in his hallway and maybe 2 ladies. So it's a much better fit. And they also have male-only activities. They have like duckpin bowling and like
archery with Nerf guns.
Yeah.
So far, knock on wood, we're really happy with this decision. But when it comes to caregiving, you got to be adaptable.
Yeah.
Because you do not know what your day, like, I like to plan things. I have a planner. I write my stuff down. But that's all well and good. Life doesn't always fit in the plan.
It doesn't.
I might get up and think, well, today we're going to, the doctors, but Lloyd might not want to put his pull-up on. Or when we first moved him, Darah went to pick him up to take him to the doctors, and what happened?
He had his whole apartment packed up because he thought he was going home, even though he knew he was going to the doctors.
That was a week after. 1 week exactly to the day that we moved him in.
And he was mad. Oh, he was so mad at me. And nobody said, you're going home.
No.
Because we know those aren't, like, we would never say that.
We ain't taking you home, sir. No.
No. Unfortunately, we're not independently wealthy, but if there's any sponsors out there that would like to sponsor us,
Sponsor Lloyd.
holla. Holla. But yeah, we are not independent wealthy, and he was so angry with me. He was angry with me. He was angry at the doctor. Yeah, he was giving me dirty looks. And he was like, well, you just need to go. And then I was like talking to the staff about, hey, this is what the doctor said. Blah, blah. This is when the next appointment is. This is what we're going to do moving forward, yada, yada, yada. And he is just in the hallway just shooting daggers at me like, And then he like snuck away, but like he did this like, like, Dad, what is happening?
Like, see, I was not there for that. But I was angry that she was angry and that it threw her day off so much.
Yeah.
And then we both went back to the facility to put his room back together.
Yeah.
And I said, you better not do this again.
But still, every so often, we come and
he's like, oh, you taking me home? And he
random
gets up
stuff.
and tries to pack his stuff. It's like, no. Then we redirect and talk about something else, and he forgets about it, and we move on.
Yeah.
But you just got to be adaptable, because you don't know what each day, moment,
No.
hour by hour
Yeah.
is going to bring in your caregiving journey.
Essentially, you got to feel your feelings and be adaptable. Because I was mad in that moment. I was. I like, we had a plan. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get there at this time. And then we're going to do this. And then I'm going to take you to this doctor's appointment. And then I think I had to go to work or something. And just trying to like switch those modes back and forth. Sometimes it's hard. And I don't want to take out that anger on my dad.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't want to get to work and take it out on any of my clients because it's nobody's fault. It's not Lloyd's fault that in his mind he thought he was going home.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, it's just a sucky situation.
It is. Alzheimer's is a horrible, dementias, they are horrible, terrible, disgusting set of diseases. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's just rough sometimes because the person looks like your person.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they sound like your person, but it's not your person anymore. And it makes it sad. It makes it sad that sometimes I just want to be like, oh, I wish I just get a hug from my dad. But instead, it makes me anxious because I'm like, oh, is pervert Lloyd going to try to touch my butt when I give him a hug? Is pervert Lloyd going to take this the wrong way? And is my dad going to try to kiss me on my mouth? And how am I going to respond? Because I would think I'm going to push you, but I can't push him because I don't want him to topple over or get hurt but I also do not want my dad kissing me on my mouth.
Or touching your butt.
Or touching my butt. I don't want him to touch me any sort of way inappropriately.
No, yeah, that is a real...
It is. It's a real... And sometimes you're just having a bad day, and I just want to be like, oh, I'm having a bad day. I just want to see my dad and just get a hug. I just want to have a normal conversation. I'm down one parent. I just want the other parent. Or even like, hey, Dad, I got a new job. Let me tell you about my exciting new job. But he can't understand. And it's to the point that he can't even be happy because he can't understand so much that he can't be happy for me. It's not like, hey, Dad, I'm happy. I got a new job. And he's like, oh, congratulations. He's just like, what happened? You did what?
Yeah, to
To
put it in more clearer terms, when Darah graduated from nursing school, we needed celebration, right? So I had T-shirts made and signs, and we made it a big thing. I had my dad, our friends there, and
Mom's friends.
Right. Like, everybody, get in Ebony. That's my car. Everybody get in Ebony. We're going to Darah's graduation. And then we went to dinner, and it was like a huge deal.
Yeah.
The very next day, he was like, here, I haven't seen you in so long.
Yeah.
When are you going to come and see me?
Yeah.
Even though, as he was walking in the building, as we dropped him off, he was telling the people, oh, my daughter graduated. She's a nurse. And he had on the T-shirt that we made, and even the streamers and stuff were in his room the next day. But he still was like that memory was gone.
Yeah. I think that's the hard part. We go to visit, we can leave things, but he still will say, I haven't seen you in so long. I haven't talked to you in so long. He'll tell people, they don't come to visit me. I'm like, check the log.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and anybody who knows us know that's not true.
But it still makes me sad that in some parts of his mind, he thinks that we're not visiting.
Or that he's alone.
Yeah. Like, that's so sad. We could probably see him every day, and he still would be like,
when are you coming to visit me?
Why don't you come see me? My girls, I have 2 daughters, and nobody comes to see me. Yeah, and there's all these feelings of, like, guilt, but anxiety to go see him, and it's complicated. Caregiving is complicated and messy and expensive. It's expensive. I have a whole, so my bank account allows me to have different little envelopes. And Lloyd has his own envelope. So whenever he was throwing away those adult diapers, which that stuff's not cheap. I was
when you buy in bulk, it's not cheap.
I'm like, oh, okay, well, I gotta go to the Lloyd envelope, get him some more. Because it is like trying to figure out, what sort of adaptive equipment does he need? Oh, you're shoveling food too quick? Okay, let's see if we can get you a smaller spoon so that won't happen. Let's see if we can get you a more appropriate drinking vessel. If it's a sippy cup or a straw or what it is.
Or just outings.
Yeah.
Going to the movies. Going to get ice cream, which he likes.
Yeah.
When we went to the arcade, when we went to the football game.
Yeah.
All those things cost money. All those things are...
Yeah, it's expensive. Because when you think about it, who always pays for their parents? Maybe rich kids do, but I'm not a rich kid. So, every time. It's like going on a date. Every time we have to pay. Every time we're the adults, so we have to pay.
You know what I wish they had? They have, kids 12 and under eat free.
Yeah.
I know there's senior discounts, but it's really not that much of a discount.
And the portions are small for those.
Yeah.
He's a big eater. It wouldn't help us.
He's a big eater.
Wouldn't help us. Yeah.
No.
I signed up for AARP, so hopefully we
can get some coupons. We love a good coupon.
I can be like, yeah, I got my dad.
Slide in the coupon.
I need a deal. Yeah, it is. It's
a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And so, caregivers, we see you.
We do.
Be adaptive. Care for yourself. Put your mask on first. Thanks for listening.
Have a good cry.
Oh, yeah. Like an ugly cry. Snots, boogers, the whole thing. Red eyes, all of that. He's okay.
So this is old school Mr. Lloyd.
When he was all spicy.
This is Lloyd at a birthday party. At his birthday. Year. So for his 70th birthday party, he loves to swim. So we got a hotel room. And he got to have a pool party.
Because we know people. Yeah. And we're nice to people. And we put good karma out in the world. We had a pool party for him. And it was a surprise pool party. And the whole time we are going to this party. Where are we going? Where are we going? What time am I going to be back?
Yes.
And that's when he lived at home at his own house.
Yeah, I guess it was 2 years ago. Yeah, he's 72 now.
So, but he had a good time. He swam. He slept well. It was wonderful.
Yeah. Because even though Dad has turned into Lloyd, we still try to put him first. And we try to do activities that are focused around him. Because we don't know how long we have him, and we want them to be good years.
We want him to live as far as he knows, we want him to live his best life.
Yes.
And I think I'm always in hopes of seeing a glimpse of our dad.
Yeah. That maybe doing one of these adventures will bring joy to him, and a little piece of our dad will shine through.
Like a good memory, not
Yeah.
some weird old freak fest.
Yeah, that's what we hope.
Yeah.
We're probably giving ourselves false hope. A girl can dream.
Everyone needs help, Darah. Everyone.
All right. Well, thank
All right,
you for
folks.
listening to our episode. You can find us wherever you find good podcast. You can also find us on social media on Facebook and Instagram. We are still not brave enough for the TikTok. One day.
Adults.
They're savage on there.
Yeah, no. That's just, yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening. Tell a friend.